Hello, this is T-Man Fu, the developer of the Bucolic Life modpack. This modpack is geared at using origins as well as the Life plugin, which, if you're not familiar with, is basically a plugin built for servers that causes a player to become a boogeyman each session, and everyone else has limited lives. The boogeyman has to kill one other person or be brought down to their last life. Starting off, the origins will be randomized on respawn or on spawn when coming into the world. To help with that, I've given the players a starter kit to help them. First, we have a stone sword for the origins that have really little attack damage, stone pickaxe for the origins that have issues mining, an orb of origin, which we'll go over a bit later, the one probe, which will help you view entities and things in the world with more detail, a stack of cobblestone for the origins that can't see the sun, and a bucket of water for the origins that have to breathe water. The Orb of Origin is a single-use item that will allow you to set your origin to one of our many origins one time. You have to be very careful, as you might want to use this on an origin that you might not be too fond of. For instance, if you're not fond of the elf or the goblin and you much prefer to play as another character. You can also select a human if you want a vanilla experience, however that is not in the randomization pool. From there, unfortunately due to the nature of combining mods and plugins, there are a few bugs. For instance, it is impossible to tell if a player has died when the plugin is enabled. As you can see, since I'm in a single player world, my coding did end up holding up, but that is because this world doesn't have the plugin. When it has the plugin, what will happen is in here in the statistics, your deaths will never go up. That causes a lot of errors in the code and ends up not working, so I've installed a temporary backup that will help with the server. So all you have to do is go in here and go up to your quest book, and then there will be a check box. This is your origin reset box. This is what you do on respawn. You click the check mark, and then once it's done, it'll make a big old loud noise, and you can also claim your random origin. Here, I got set to a mushroom. I'm going to set me back to the human for this tutorial. But that is the way that you'll have to do it, and this is repeatable, so you can do it multiple times, and you'll have to instruct players to do it on respawn. As you can see, the admin can view when an origin is set right here to ensure that players aren't abusing the feature and are doing it on respawn if desired. Here, I have some recipes of note that I thought would be beneficial to include. Of course, the dripstone doesn't work. But, so for instance, right here, I added a way to craft the dripstone, I believe. And then I also added another way of crafting it with diorite and granite, so that it's a renewable resource in worlds that might not have dripstone caves. Here we also have a totem of undying. This makes emeralds a lot more valuable. I've noticed in the Life series, generally emeralds are kind of thrown away because they don't have a lot of use. Here, the emeralds will have a bit more of a use in this series. As well as being used for the Totem of Undying, it's also used for our cheap Orb of Origin recipe. There's also recipes for other vanilla items, such as the Spore Blossom and the Saddle, to make it a bit more easier and attainable in a short-lived world. From here, we also installed the Hammers mod to make mining a bit easier and a lot less grindy. This allows you to break a 3x3 when mining. From there, we have the Chisel and Bits mod. I installed this for compatibility with smaller origins to make them a bit more fun in the world. So, I'm going to make myself small here. Oh. I'm so tiny. But in here, you can press R and you can view a screen, which will allow you to mine out different sections of block. Here I'm going to go to grid snap and a half block. That'll let me mine out this section of block and unveil this hidey hole. This is working, so this is an actual physical block in the world, and I can like run up to this, and it gets even smaller to like you can create a small area for the pixeling to be in and whatnot. You can use this to make smaller bases as well as have more unique entrances for both smaller origins and bigger origins alike. You also want to have the chiseled bit bag, as this is what stores all the bits. So each individual pixel is stored, and you can place it down in the world, right? So if we place down these, right, I can't walk over that anymore. But those are individual bits and individual pixels that you can build with. It's especially fun for origins like the pixeling, who are really tiny, that are literally just 2 pixels tall, because this would seem like a normal house size to them. From there, I'm going to set back my size to normal. Another thing that we want to consider is the traveler's backpack. The traveler's backpack is crafted pretty simply with some leather, gold, and a backpack tank, as well as a sleeping bag. What this does is you can place it on the world, and you can pull out a sleeping bag and sleep away the night, or you can mine it up, right-click it, and this will allow you to put it on your back, where you can access it with the B button. And it does not take an extra inventory slot, and it will just stay on your back. Another important piece of information is Alt to crawl. This will allow you to shrink down your block size by half. It's nice for getting into smaller spaces as larger origins, or just generally existing and moving throughout the world. Next, this part is more so for the server manager. What you'll do is this is a structure block. You can give yourself one with /give @player Minecraft structure block. What these do is they allow you to import structures. As you've probably seen over there is my little test pagoda that I made, or test gazebo, excuse me, that I made for the starting area. What we can do to get that in the world is we can use the structure name. In this case, it is Bucolic Life, spawn. Then you'll notice that there are multiple load buttons here. This one changes the mode, and this one actually does it. So for here, we're going to click load. We notice that, hey, I don't want this to intersect with my starting area, so we can rotate it with this button here. So it's still not looking right. Still not, oh, I have to click done, excuse me. Make sure to click done when doing it. But now it's rotated properly. I will load it, and this is the little spawn area. When you bring this into the world, what you'll want to do is do /set world spawn, tilde. That'll set the world spawn to wherever the center of this gazebo is. This will also form as shade, and every origin should be able to interface with this, except for the Atlantean, which is why we gave everyone a bucket of water. From there, it might be beneficial for you to use the /set world, or the world border command, excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it to, let's say, 100 blocks for our test. This will, from the true spawn of the world, make a world border that players cannot leave, right? So this is used to confine players so that people aren't running thousands and thousands of blocks away and causing issues. Thank you for your time. I hope this helped, and I hope you enjoy my new mod pack. Thank you. Bye-bye.